apart from the very last 2 seconds of this Disney short, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I will keep this spoiler-free to the best that one can not spoil a short film, but I will, towards the end of this, mention those few seconds and why I just didn't like that decision. The Little Whirlwind is a Mickey Mouse short. This was released in 1941, and according to Wikipedia, at least, it was the 110th Mickey Mouse short. It's incredible to think how many Mickey Mouse shorts there were. But by this point, Mickey is definitely recognisable as Mickey. And, over time he did kind of change appearance a little bit as Disney refined what kind of animation style they wanted to produce. This is very much the Mickey Mouse that we know and love today. And in this one, he would like to have some of Minnie Mouse's cake. She is baking a cake. The aroma lures Mickey forward, and Minnie says... Actually, I was quite surprised by this bit. Mickey approaches the window and kind of asks for some cake. And Minnie kind of ignored him and sort of brushed him off. And I thought that was very peculiar. I wasn't really sure if I'd missed something, if I'd blinked and missed a moment. But I thought that was odd. But anyway, Minnie says he can have some of the cake once it's baked if he agrees to tidy up her yard. And that is exactly what he does. He sets about raking the leaves and trying to make the garden all nice and neat. But over the course of the 8 minutes of this short, a little whirlwind approaches. And this whirlwind messes up the leaves. The basket into which he's raking the leaves decides to spit the leaves back out. And everything just seems to go wrong and becomes really chaotic for Mickey. I love the autumnal feel. I love the autumnal colours. Obviously, it's very leafy and we have all these kind of golden browns. And it's absolutely stunning to watch in that respect. The development of the narrative was, fine. There wasn't really any development in any real sense. It was just kind of Mickey going round in circles, raking the leaves getting messed up. And it was cute. I liked it. As I said, I pretty much enjoyed all of it, except the last couple of seconds. And I will now explain those couple of seconds, but I do recommend you watch this if you're a Disney fan. It is on Disney Plus. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. The 2 seconds that bugged me is at the very end. Minnie's obviously annoyed with Mickey for having made her yard even messier than what it was when she asked him to tidy it. But in those 2 seconds, she throws the cake at him. This perfectly iced, beautiful pink cake, and she throws it at him. And I feel like that's unrealistic, and I feel like I'm overanalyzing it, but I can't help it. Like, when I watched it, my first thought was, what on earth has she done that for? She's just spent ages baking this cake. Not just baking a cake for Mickey, in which case I would understand, but she'd been baking it for herself. And yet she threw it at Mickey and wasted the cake, wasted the time, wasted the ingredients just to throw a cake at Mickey. And I just feel like that was, I don't know why, I got so annoyed by that. But I just thought it was a really stupid decision for them to make Minnie waste an entire cake that she had baked for herself, even though Mickey was going to get a slice. I just found it really unbelievable, and I know I'm overanalyzing it. It's not meant to be taken seriously. But that was my first thought when that happened. But ultimately, it's a lot of fun. Directed by Riley Thomson. Mickey is voiced by Walt Disney still at this point, which is always brilliant. Minnie is voiced by Thelma Boardman. Really, really great short. Definitely worth checking out if you're a Disney fan or a Mickey fan. Not my favourite short ever, but one I'd happily check out again. It's pretty good fun.